What is going on? Bruh, I'm just about to go to bed. I quickly glance over at the screen and I see Grounded 2. Ah! What? Hey, HyperNOG here. No, not your friendly neighborhood postman. Just me on a different day. Same weirdo, just a different day after. So we did actually watch that video that you can see rushing past on the screen there. And wait, had a hoot. It's up on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. But it was 2 o'clock in the morning when that went up, right? And we was watching that. I came back in and scrolled down one more video and I saw that they put up a full direct presentation, which was another 13 minutes long, which then stretched out to another hour long. And then I had to sit down and edit that first video up to get it out to you the next morning. So, yay, there's that. So we're going to go and watch this video now, my reaction to the full direct presentation. Except there's one teensy tiny little aphid of a problem. I didn't record audio to that whole thing. And you can just hear me on the mic and it's bleeding through the earphones slightly. So now I need to go and download the audio and then match it up to me watching it. And then every time I pause it, I have to then pause and cut it and then move it along. And if you're wondering why I'm speaking like this, it's because I've been to the dentist today and I've had a filling, okay? And my mouth's all numb. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you that before we go in. So thanks for being patient. This is why it's taken so long. Get out of here! So yeah, notice I've got a hoodie on now because I went outside to. I don't know why I went outside. I completely forgotten why I went outside, but there's a full presentation I missed on the game that we're gonna have to now watch. Not only a trailer, but a 13-minute full direct about the game. Okay, guys. Okay. Oh, I missed the Xbox Game Showcase, didn't I? Damn! Oh.
We're so proud of Grounded.
Grounded. Bruh, just if you played Grounded and you've been there and it's late at night, you've been playing for hours, you're in the garden by yourself and it's dark and the sun comes out and that one track just comes on, bruh. You know the vibes, bruh. You know the vibes. Oh, it's bliss. So this is like a little recreation. I love this. This is new. So what? These look different. The Weevils have got orange feet. We're going to kind of try and do as we go. There's no point in me going through the whole 30 minutes and then going all the way back through. I'm not going to stop too much. We're going to see it as it is. Oh, yeah, so they are just spikes. Weevils have got orange toes now. Cherry tree, baby! Oh, we're not on the blueberries anymore. Snails! Yo!
We're so proud of Grounded.
I'm so proud for you.
What started as a small passion project to make a quirky game where you're shrunk down to the size of an ant.
Unlike this bread's head. Nah, cool. Adam, I'll let you
way
continue.
Bigger than we ever imagined. Over 25 million of you jumped in, explored, built, crafted, and fought off giant bugs together.
The game was
Y'all
incredible.
helped make the entire experience very special to us. The team's been cooking up a ton for Grounded 2, and we're so excited to talk about it. I had to grease some palms to steal a bit of time from the direct to give you a deeper look.
Is he greasing palms with fucking Mr. Beast Feastables? Am I tripping?
To grease some palms to steal a bit of time from the direct to give you a deeper look.
That's
way.
feastables,
That's
bro.
what I'm doing before
If
I
you
go
saw
to
this
bed.
yesterday at the game showcase and you're like, what? Why is Spray acting like it just came out of nowhere? I didn't watch it.
There were so many possibilities and ideas that didn't make it into the first game.
For
So with the
real.
sequel, we have the chance to dream
Oh, this is gameplay for
bigger. To achieve those dreams, we partnered with the amazing folks at Eidos Montreal. Together,
I'm sorry, I'm going to be gushing and gooning over this whole entire thing. Okay? This is crazy. I'm loving this.
together we're taking Grounded from the backyard to an even larger world. The Brook Hollow Community Park.
So that's the vibe of this one. It's like a bigger level that will probably feel like biomes and different, like the other one did, but more so on a scale that's a bit more different, right?
When we started working on Grounded 2,
What up, Chris?
we knew that we wanted to make a bigger world. Fortunately for us, Eidos Montreal became our main partner.
Ooh, here we go. Orb Weavers. Oh, the Orb Weaver buggy. It's got to have web attacks, it can climb up webs, and you can build web bridges. Fuck.
Partner on developing Grounded 2. They have a lot of similarities to the sorts of things that are important to us at Obsidian. They tend to make
Beautiful shot, by the way.
very narratively strong games. They make games with really deep characters and great character progression. They make games with great gameplay.
You love to hear it, don't you? Like the games that were the small little passion projects that there was like, we're just trying to make a little something fun, end up being so the most just fun filled, loved games, right? I know this game's got a massive audience for it, right? And the type of people that play this, at least from my experience, are passionate about the game, right? That's what I like to see.
The same things that are important to Obsidian Entertainment are important to us. Choice and consequences,
I'm not sure I know
player
this
communities,
studio.
and doing
Oh,
justice.
I so wanted that Xbox they did there. You won't be able to see my mouse, but in the middle, that's an Xbox Series S. I so wanted it.
This to great IPs and great franchises. The fact that we're the first partners that they're working with to make a sequel to their franchise
I mean, this doesn't mean much to me,
feels
'cause I don't
like
know they
we're
are.
an important part of
Orb Weavers, yeah, so we had the web bridges. Also, you could harvest parts. Oh, buggy emotes.
their history.
The events of Grounded 2 take place 2 years after the first game. The same
92,
four
baby.
teenagers are
Oh my god, man. Look at that. Look how beautiful it looks. Yeah, what a sick game this would be to work on.
So there's Max, Hoops,
Yes!
And Pete.
Classic.
They're a couple years
I'm
older,
Pete.
which means they've gone through a bit more high school, a bit more mature.
Yes,
It's
I love it.
1992. The world's a little bit different, but we're
Best
still in
year
that
ever.
fun, nostalgic era of the early
Yeah,
1990s.
God,
In
I love
Grounded
it.
2, we're moving the action out of the backyard and into the Brook Hollow Community
So
Park.
like Ominent's got some like big like vindication now. They've gone like full circle from being the evil Brez. Maybe it was just that one director Schmechter and his like off springs, right? Because look, you can see over here now, and they're looking like the like good guys, the lead practical technologies. Obviously, we didn't know them.
Out of the backyard and into the Brook Hollow Community Park.
Oh,
Not only is it
looks
bigger,
so
it allows us
good.
to tell a lot more stories and expand the world of Grounded by exploring what the community of Brook Hollow has been up to and what they've been through.
Oh, classic. Minotaurs and Minador. Oh, I can't even remember what it is. Oh, my brain is fried right now. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Park overall is about 3 times the size of the backyard.
Whoa! 3 times. I hope there's not a lot of empty space. Even though a big open wide area will be good. But yo, that's crazy.
And our initial starting area
Fireflies are back.
is actually the same size as the entire backyard from the first Grounded.
Okay, there you go. So let's read it.
And our initial starting area is actually the same size as the entire backyard from the first Grounded.
Oh, I read that wrong. I thought he meant like the whole thing was actually the same size. Just the starter area is as big as the garden.
The reason we wanted to move into a park wasn't just to create a bigger world.
Like, even the way they jump in it, they like, reimagined the whole. Yo! Oh, I want to stop and look at everything I know in the
But
time.
was to give us the opportunity to explore the community of Brook Hollow. And
Oh, I love the vibes to it. It's really vibrant and really like, you know, it was anyway, but they've definitely got a good vibe with how they're moving forward with the game. Everything maturing a little bit. We've got a bit more color. We've got a bit more attitude.
what secret have they been hiding?
Ah,
What we love and what we're excited about in terms of the park
sick.
is the opportunity to create environments and landmarks that are mundane at normal size, but are colossal wonders when you're the size of an ant.
How are they going to do the whole like lab thing again? And there being miniature labs and miniature places to explore? Because were there people here that are being put in these labs, like Wendell was, like Ominent were? It's going to be interesting to see. I think they were just talking about that to some extent, but like this looks like a lab, right? All of this. Guess we'll see.
But are colossal
Slaps!
wonders when you're the size of an ant.
That shit slaps, baby.
Everything from a giant trash can to a community picnic table or a snack bar. All of these areas come to life in a brand new way.
Ah, that was such a nice shot, man. Oh, I wonder what they do with the bird this time. Because last time it was like a hostile almost, wasn't it? The crow, and it was like, oh no, but this one's like, bruh. It's got elegance to it. It don't look
Part
as
of the
like,
fun in
ooh,
Grounded 2 is that the
scary.
park was evacuated really quickly right before our teens were
Oh,
shot.
that's actually such a good idea for design as well, because you could have everything that's just been left in a moment notice to get out to set up with. Oh, look at this.
And that means that the park has been sort of turned upside down and is in a topsy-turvy state.
Yeah, there's the grasshopper slash mantis again. Mantis? Why am I saying mantis? Praying mantis, yeah, I'm tripping over. 21.
And that leads to really fun environmental storytelling, but it also leads into the creation of amazing biomes for our characters to explore. One of my favorite examples of this is the ice cream cart. In
Yeah,
all
we
the
saw this, didn't
commotion,
we, huh?
the ice cream vendor's cart has been knocked over and its contents have spilled out into the ground. And what this means for our young adventurers is that they'll be able to explore.
Man, again, it's gonna be cold. You're gonna have to be wearing warm stuff to be protected from it. This armor set she's wearing looks so sick.
To explore this frozen cave of interesting challenges.
Didn't even clock what she had in her hand there. Rah! Hotkeys straight to change the weapon there. That's an ominent hammer.
And colorful Lovecraftian horror.
We have one anthill that's actually somebody decided to bury a bunch of toxic stuff in the park. And so there's all these toxic chemicals under the ground. The environment looks very cool and very spooky with all of these sort of chemical pools. And of course, nothing can live down there except for one type of insect, the cockroach.
No! They've got the Asmongold roach in the fucking garden, man. That's such a sick bug to put in because it's going to have some good protection, right? Radiation, stuff like that.
The cockroach.
Oh, it looks like a
We're
beast
oftentimes
as well.
reinventing environments, and in future updates, you're going to see a ton of new stuff.
We know they're going to go that way with the early game preview and then build upon it and build upon it and build upon it. But I mean, I think I even got into Grounded when it first came out. I played it for a bit. I didn't completely get through it all and that. And then I didn't play it for a year or until like the yoked girth before I went fully back in, right? So it was actually sick to be on both ends of it.
You do a lot of fighting against insects of all shapes and sizes. We didn't just want it to look better.
I was going to say that the insect looked slightly different, right? There was something about them. They've fully gone in. And...
also knew we wanted to add a new layer of strategy. The changes that we've made aren't limited to tuning animations or adjusting attack or defense numbers or making characters or insects move faster or slower. But we did all that too, but there's also an entire sort of rock, paper, scissors strategy involving light attacks.
Raw, so now maybe the insects, like, they can have different outcomes when you fight them, so it's not as predictable, right? Or they could be mutated in a certain way. They could be...
Involving light attacks, heavy attacks, and blocking. We've also added dashing as a new way to both get out of danger quickly or jump in for a quick attack.
That was sick. You saw the little opening come, and then she jumped in. Pop, pop, pop.
The insects in the game will have these abilities now too, sort of like a chess match.
So like he was saying, rock, paper, scissors, so they'll go in for attacks when you're vulnerable, or they'll put defenses up. It won't be so, predictable. Yo, did she just... Oh, no, she was like this fighting, and then she blocked. I thought she had like a weapon and she took it apart. I was like,
looks super cool, and is ultimately just a ton of fun.
I mean, it gives you a lot more depth, right? I think a lot of people had a little bit of a problem with sometimes how predictable the game could be. It was ching, ching, block, 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 ching, ching, block, and that was it.
Clear play styles for tanky warriors, low defense, high damage rogues.
Yo, get the mosquitoes out of here, bro. One of the most annoying enemies.
Low defense, high damage rogues.
Yeah.
Effect wielding mages.
There he is. It's me, Petey. So it does spawn as you shoot. So it's good because the versatility's now tilted up a bit, right? And you can have people playing it into their tanky builds rather than going, oh, I'm going to go for the best weapon and just get the highest DPS.
In the first Grounded, we had mutations, and there were weapons and armors that favored different playstyles. In Grounded 2, not...
Oh, they're showing us the UI and the menus and everything. I hope they turn it up. Yes, look, backpack straight away. Turn up for 4 lines this time. Hopefully there's more spaces. Raw science, the inventory. I like the way they've done it. But by the way, this looks insane, this armor set. What was it called? The it was made by Wendell. What was the Scabby? So in this, I wonder it's going to be a little bit different. It looks a bit better set out, right? Maybe it's by Ominent or something along the line. It looks a lot cleaner, a lot more like understandable. I love what he's wearing, bro. This armor set looks so sick.
Not only will there be passive mutations, but there will also be active mutations.
Man, there's a lot here, huh? Kill 40 with a dagger. So dual weapons strikes with critical precision. Daggers and sickles deal bonus damage with critical. Sharpshooter. Across your eyes as you focus with deadly clarity. Charge shots gain critical hit chance. Blade Master, honing the art of blade. Your blows knock enemies off balance, and that's going to give you another opportunity to like attack as well and lower the damage they deal. Sick. Whittled Wizard, unleash the full power of the candy staves. So they're back in with the candy staffs again. Sizzle burns, bright frost. Oh man, yes. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to actually go listen to what he said as well. Oh, you're really going to be able to lean into a character. I love that. It had a lot of RPG elements and a lot of different gaming elements in the game, but they were only kind of surface in some areas. It looks like they're leaning right into it now. And you could apply 4 active mutations. Oh. Brother,
not only will there be
shots
passive
look
mutations,
so
but there will also
good.
be active mutations. And a lot of those mutations support these archetypes.
My favorite way to play pretty much any game is chasing after those game-breaking builds. And that's why I'm so excited for what we're doing with archetypes in Grounded 2.
That.
I'm all in on the rogue.
Ah! I wondered, right? So, there was something about the daggers that I was like, there's something different about it. Dual wielding.
I'm all in on the rogue. Now, you can even dual...
It looks insane. They've given it such good depth now. I'm all for it. Now that this is like some sneaky little assassin character that's like got low defense but high damage sneaking in.
Dual-wield daggers. I've been dialing in this glass cannon build that stacks ambush, assassin, and cardio fan mutations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All more for it. Don't be telling us the enemy name, Wolfbane.
Combat with massive backstab damage that also inflicts venom. Then, I can use the extra stamina to reposition and try to dodge, rinse, and repeat.
Sick. So you're getting something from doing that. You're getting extra stamina that you can then dodge. Because we know stamina was kind of a killer in that game. I'm liking the little sparkle they have on the passives where you're like, lock it in. Lock it in. So cool.
It's high risk, high reward, and absolute chaos in all the best way.
Yeah, love it.
I'm looking forward to seeing what wild combos the community
You know
comes
the
up
community are going to come up with the most cracked builds ever.
with, and what they inevitably break once they get their hands on the archetype system. It's going to be awesome watching it evolve with player feedback and watching us try to keep up.
I mean,
with all
bro, they rely on it heavily, right? They're going to anyway, at least if they're doing more updates and further. I guarantee there's stuff in this game that was mentioned or like put forward from the community from the first one that they wanted in the first one. Do this with the zip lines, do that with the trampolines, do this with this, and they've gone,
your
yeah,
game-breaking builds.
let's put it in.
One of the
The builds, man.
great things about Grounded is the variety of players it attracts. From
Yeah,
builders
for
to
real.
crafters and everything in between.
Yeah,
if
for
you've
real.
ever watched me on Casually Grounded livestream, you'd know that I'm neither.
Huh.
I am a murderer of insects.
Okay.
Personally, I prefer the term harvester. I love going
Yeah,
out, hitting
little army
things,
dude.
and bringing the materials like insect body parts back to my friends.
I'm not gonna lie, I love the building. I was like halfway through rebuilding Peach's castle from Mario in my last game. I got all of the outside and all the walls all of the internally done. It was just going through getting all the mats. Because I didn't do it in creative, I did it in the actual game, so it's kind of hard to get them all. But like, it inspires big builds and like seriously nice vibes with the builds. That's what I kind of like about it. They got the building and the aesthetic right.
This way, we keep progressing and playing together.
Brother.
We're also trying to make sure that armor and equipment are easily understood by the player, especially when they're playing co-op with their friends.
Okay. I like that. I think like at first if you play with somebody that's new to it, that didn't understand it, it's a lot. And they did do quite a good job of explaining it to new players. The problem would be is that you would end up getting like a lot of different armors and a lot of different stuff. It could be a bit like, what's going on? If the pacing's done right and you're getting like 1 or 2 armor bits every few hours, you're all right. But too much on top, yeah.
It was really, really important for us to deliver on all of that for the bigger space and experience, because that was the only way we could truly support the feature the community has been asking
Go
for
on.
since the very first Grounded release.
Customizable
Mounts.
mounts. Yeah, I mean,
mounts.
brother. Whoa! Is that a wolf spider mount? Yeah, that's insane, by the way. Because, like, going around the garden... It just weren't... You just needed a mount. It was like the perfect environment for a mount. Oh, look at this. Wolf spiders with the armor on and all sorts. Oh, it looks so sick.
Our mounts, we call them buggies, have an entire suite of moves and have
And this is the bridge. So when we got our spiders and we're up and we want to get across a gap or we want to go somewhere, we can literally just
and have their own special abilities and attacks.
So cool.
We really wanted the buggies
Do you think that we can actually get that Scorpion dude as well and bug him up?
to be an extension of the player in every way possible. And that meant making sure that buggies had unique and valuable abilities.
So they've actually, what they've done almost is repurposed the pet system as well, right? Because the pet system was, oh man, it was almost like the best thing at first when you could just send thousands of mats back to camp. And then it was like, oh no, I just have this annoying bug that follows me all the time and gets in the way all the time. And I keep unloading all my mats into him. And then I'm like, where did my weapon go? Oh, it's in the little ant. Like, oh yeah, they've worked it. That was probably one of the most annoying things about the game.
Across all the core pillars of grounding.
Let's
So that doesn't just
go.
mean exploration and travel.
Oh, an old school camcorder. Oh. I'm sorry, but I love this game, bro.
That has gameplay implications for combat, crafting, and building as well.
No. They was like, all right, maybe you don't have to pick up every single blade of grass by yourself. And maybe you don't have to spam 1,000 times to try and pick stuff up. Maybe we can just help you out a little bit. Yes, man. Life's gone. Life is gone now. Grounded's back, and you're going to be on this non-stop. I like that they're kind of saying customizable to a degree as well. Maybe like you get your mount at first and it just comes with a basic seat. And then like you get to add armor onto it. You get to add like a hat onto it or like a different this or a different that, different attacks. I like the fact that they're customizing into it a bit more, if that's the vibe, if you know what I mean. Like you couldn't have two of the same character in the game anyway, right? But I feel like diversity amongst the characters with different armor sets and different weapons and different builds and different archetypes is so much better. You can really lean into your character if you didn't. Sometimes you load in someone's game and you're like, oh, he's already picked Max and I normally pick Max, so now I'm gonna have to pick Pete. And I'm like, all right, but now I can pick Pete but make him look better than I would originally, or I could lean into different archetypes. I like that. You can pet him. Bethesda, take notes.
Ant soldier can enlist up to 2 red ant workers to follow you around and help you out. If you get into combat and you don't want to fight while you're saddled on your buggy, you can jump off and they'll fight right alongside you and provide support.
Yeah, so they have they've knuckled down and honed in, that pet system. Now it's got, your mount has a couple of pets that can then fight with you, and maybe some of them can harvest stuff and take stuff.
The Orb Weaver
Yes.
buggies are a little less useful when it comes to general utility, like building a base or harvesting.
But they're good
they're
for fighting.
awesome when it comes to combat. Sure, their defenses aren't super strong, but they're heavy
That web.
hitters. They're also super fast, and they
Oh,
have
so
some
they're
great
orbs.
special abilities.
That.
Like a scream that allows them to stun lesser-powered insects, and the ability to shoot webs and entangle other creatures.
I just love the amount of layers. The amount of layers that they're packing into this is just brilliant.
So the Orb Weavers won't be your base building buggy. You should use the Red Ant Soldier for that.
Sure. Oh, that noise. Even that noise is reminiscent. Was that just a fireplace? Screwdriver base. Oh, I'm going to be gushing everywhere playing this game, bro.
But they're super.
I think the best thing for me with playing this game was like finding new areas, finding new stuff to build with new weapons to build, new armor to build, new little areas that I could put a bridge in, I could make a house on top, like discovery, right? That's the best thing about this game, and well,
Fun for exploration and combat. Red Ant Soldiers and Orb Weaver Spiders will be available at game preview launch. There will be others in the future, but
okay, that's fair enough.
those are the 2 we're starting with.
Soldiers and War Weavers.
The connection that our grounded community has with us is something we want to keep forging with the sequel as we make an even bigger game than the
It's
original.
deep, right?
Pretty much from day
It's
one,
deep,
we
innit?
knew we wanted
The
to.
fans are loyal because what they made in the game on the surface looked like a bit of a childish, could be quite easy, jump in and like play a game that was like, oh, there's depth to this, and it's like the story of Tully and his kids, and it's like the crazy experiments that were going on. It was dark. It was like, it weren't what it appeared on the surface. It was actually sick and it had a real depth to it, and I think fans appreciate that.
Turn to game preview for Grounded 2. Sure, it comes with some trade-offs, like the game's not done and it's out to the world.
Oh, I was tripping. I was like, have they given like a Wendell Tully mask that you can wear on the back of your head? Bruh, that tripped me right out, bro. Look at that. I think they're all right with that because, well, mainly the people that will play this will be people that have already played it and they have completely understand and forgive and move on with that.
But there's so much value in building it alongside the community.
Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest strength.
Buggies change how you traverse and navigate the park.
I hope we don't get them straight away because they look like they're quite... They're quite good. Hey!
What we're doing with Grounded 2 is we're actually keeping zip lines held back so we can see how...
Yeah. See how you kind of use your mounts and where their strengths are and what zip lines could feel like and be like. A big buggy maybe that would take you up like a gondola or like a cart, right? Because now you've got mounts, you've got to think, you're going to be moving a lot quicker. Yeah, makes sense.
Players engage with buggies, and then we can tweak zip lines to bring them back over time to really complement that buggy experience and make exploring the park far more fun. That kind of feedback loop helped shape the original Grounded, and we wanted to shape the design for Brook Hollow Park, archetypes, buggies, all of it.
Archetypes is quite interesting, really, because they're actually kind of saying it a lot. Like, I wonder how many archetypes per character they're going to be. And is it like a mixture of like a few active and a few passive mutations with the armor and the weapon? It's going to be interesting.
Also learned a lot from that first time around. One thing that stood out immediately, players blaze through our content, especially the story. That makes sense. Story, characters, world building. It's kind
Not gonna lie, when I played it the second time around with my boy and I knew that the story wasn't the longest, every time we got to like a story part, I was like, right, let's go off and just go and collect some stuff. Maybe we'll go over to this part of the garden we ain't been to yet. Or let's go over there because the progression with the story is like when the story happened, it progressed to the garden, it progressed to this and that. So yeah, interesting.
Kind of Obsidian's thing. It's the flavor we bring to the survival genre. So this time, we're starting with a much bigger baseline.
There's been an explosion.
That's really good to hear because it means we won't burn through it.
Brook Hollow Park, chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
One of our favorite parts of the first game was watching the community uncover clues and spin up theories. This time
So now they're able to use the fact that we all conspiracized and made our own little thoughts up of what was going to happen. There was loads of theories and fan theories of this was going to happen, that was going to happen. Oh, this is this and this is that. So now they're able to play on that and go, actually, yeah, why don't we do that in this game? Let's leave it open, but as well, we're going to actually have it so stuff does happen that's mysterious and takes you on different adventures and paths.
This time around, we're leaning even more into that, and we'll be keeping a close eye on what our players discover and how they interpret it, because you never know what might inspire us as development moves forward.
It's actually really, really good if like a strong fan theory comes from the community that we're like, oh, maybe that means that this bug bites your head off and then you get to float around as a da-da-da-da. I don't know why it's that, but that as an example, then later on they're like, oh, no, in 2 updates time, that actually happens. That's such a good way to marry the relationship between players and developers.
To hit our groove at the end of Grounded 1. We found that being open about what we were planning.
I mean, then they did that. They did all the New Game Plus, modded gardens, they did loads of stuff at the end, right?
We're planning and then following through was key to building trust with the community. As a small team, we had to experiment with update pacing,
fast and deadly,
and scope. And what we found resonated the most with all of you were bigger, beefier updates, even if it took us a little longer.
Because some of the updates weren't that big. They only dropped like a few bits, even though behind the scenes there was loads of patches and updates to like micromanage the game. The big events were the best things.
That's the plan. Larger, more complete updates spaced out just enough so we can take your feedback seriously and make every drop count. You can expect in our big updates new buggies, new biomes, new building pieces,
New
all
bosses,
the goods.
yeah.
And we're launching with a public roadmap so everyone knows what to be excited about in the future.
All of us at Obsidian
That's a bit
Entertainment and IDOS Montreal
You don't
are
have no
super
confusion
excited
then.
about how close we are to letting all of you players get shrunk a second time and explore the all-new park on buggies in Grounded 2. If you're a returning Grounded player, we're really looking forward to you experiencing all the improvements. If this is your first time getting tiny,
I'm already looking at the new materials here that these windows are made out of here, right? This looks sick. This you can't see my mouse. I don't know why I'm doing this. Even this new like area, they're building up a tree with all the mushrooms. It looks so good for a little defense. Is that mannequins again? Oh, the mannequins are looking a little bit different. A little
forward
beefier.
to you experiencing all the improvements. If this is your first time getting tiny, then all I can tell you is that a world with an entirely new perspective and an entirely new feel awaits you in Brook Hollow Park.
Bruh, if this is your first time playing Grounded, I mean, this is your first time watching this. If you're watching this and you don't know what Grounded is and you haven't played it before, go and play the first one. Get an Xbox. If you haven't got Xbox, if you've got Xbox, it's on Game Pass, it's there. Jump in, you will absolutely love the game. I'm not even lying, it's so good. And you got a month until this comes out, 2 months till this comes out. Be good if they could do something with the save. Like if you had a save from the first game, you can get something. I don't know, it's kind of hard to say on it, but there's always something there that I'm thinking, ooh, that would be sick.
It's time to ride together and survive together.
Yeah, let's go, man. Rejoice! Grounded has returned! Oh, bruh. Yes, man. Grounded 2. Yo, listen, I've been your boy. It is literally, what, like 20 past 2 in the morning here. I still got to chop this up, thumbnail, edit, you already know I told you earlier, but... Oh, man, what a breath of fresh air in life. I need this, bruh. This is sick. Can't wait to jump back into Grounded. Yo, hit me up on the channel. Like, I'm sure there'll be one space, maybe even 2 spaces on the team for somebody to jump in and have fun. And we'll have some fun with the community and we'll jump in and we'll get in and we'll do it. I'm chatting waff now. I'm tired. I need to get this video out. Love y'all. Oh, bro. Grounded's back. Oh. Yeah. Yo, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new as well, right? We're going to be doing more Grounded videos. Next, we're going to be looking at all the confirmed bugs in the game. Appreciate you if you've stuck around to the end. Xbox has just dropped the Tony Hawk's 3+4 demo. So I might have to skedaddle and get on a live stream, yo. Peace. I've been your boy.